How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing great. Are you guys excited for Christmas like me? I don't know, for some reason I'm just so excited for this Christmas. I don't know, maybe it's because last year we did not celebrate Christmas where due to COVID. I am just kind of excited for this Christmas. What about you guys? If this is your first time seeing this face, my name is Lovelyn and you're watching Love and Kids World. And to our returning subscribers, I thank you guys so much for the support. I truly appreciate you guys. So today I'm here to tell you guys a story. Yay, story time. Guys, my journey having my kids has been all stories. So I don't even know, like I have so many stories I'll be bringing up to you guys to share with you my journey with my kids, like seriously. So today I'm here to share with you my experiences, the experience I had with my baby when I had my first son back home in Cameroon. I actually had 5 house helps in 2 years. Don't be surprised. Yes, I had 5. So it all started when I had my son. 4 months later, I was supposed to start work. So I arranged with my sister-in-law. For those who are from Cameroon, my sister then was a teacher in the northwest Indo, precisely. So we arranged with my sister-in-law to look for a girl in that where she lives and send to us. While waiting for her, I had to start school. What was I supposed to do? So I had to arrange with one of my neighbors to look after my boy. Then he was just 4 months old. So I started school. I dropped my son with her for three days. So the third day when I came back from school, she told me that a friend of hers came to visit and she saw her with my baby and they were just discussing, and she told her that I'm looking for a help. So this lady said that she had one lady that came from the southwest to living with the uncle, and she's looking for a job. I think she said she thinks she will be able to do this job. So when I came back from school that day, they told me and they invited this girl over to my house and we arranged for her to start work the following day. So this girl was almost my age. She was a big girl then, was just almost my age. So she was a very good girl. She came the following day and she started work. Everything was fine. My house was always clean, my baby was clean. Then even like washing napkins, everything was just okay. I was just so comfortable with this girl. But at some point I noticed that this girl was like always feeling so sleepy. Sometimes even when I'm coming back from school, I'll meet her on the couch like deep asleep. I was like, anyways, then my son at 4 months, he was like, when he eats, he can sleep for at least 4 hours. So I didn't blame her for sleeping. It was just kind of something okay for me at the start. But at some point, I noticed that this girl was not really looking good in my eyes. And anyways, to cut the long story short, this lady was pregnant. But I was just still watching her, still while waiting for my sister-in-law to set my babysitter. I was with this girl for 2 months. One day my sister-in-law called that she found one girl that she was sending her over the weekend. So I sat with this girl, even though I was already suspecting her that she's pregnant, but I didn't want to ask her because she not tell me that she was pregnant. And you guys can understand, maybe 2 months pregnant, your tummy is still flat, but just some few changes on your face, your eyes. So I did not ask her, and she did not say anything to me too. So that was just okay. And she was doing her job perfectly well. So I was okay with that. So when my sister-in-law called me over the weekend that she'll be sending my help from the village, I told her that I've already arranged my sister to look for a help in the village in Bamenda. So she was aware of that. So when I told her that my help will be coming over the weekend, she was okay, yeah. But I still told her that since this girl is coming from the village, I would like her to work again for another week, and I'll still pay her for that 1 week, just to show her some few things in the house and maybe how to prepare the baby's food and other stuff like that, and ironing, all those stuff. So this girl was okay with that. So on Monday, I was expecting this girl to come over to my house. Yeah, she came over that Monday morning. I left her with my babysitter, the one from the village, and I went to school. Around midday, I received a call that this girl has collapsed in my house. Oh my God. Come and see me like panicking, like rushing to get a bike to get home. Before I got home, they have taken her to a nearby clinic in the quarter. And what happened was this girl aborted the child. She almost died, guys. This girl almost died. But thank God she was safe. Like, so I had to just pay her the 1 month that she was supposed to work again with me, and just also support the uncle to pay her hospital bills, and that was it for her. Then my second babysitter was a little girl that my sister-in-law sent from the village. This girl came and I told my sister-in-law that this girl is about 12 years old. So when she came, she kind of just dressed like a little girl, you know, from the village. I remember when she came the following day, she was giving me 500 francs because I was going to the market. So she was asking me to buy her underwears and bra and all those things. I said, okay, let her just hold the 500. I went to the market, I bought everything for her. I was just treating her like a little sister, you know. And she was very okay. Like, me, in my mind, a 12-year-old child was just like thinking that was the reason I actually was begging the other girl to stay for 1 week just to show her some few things. But I noticed that this girl was very perfect. She was able to wash the napkin so well, do ironing, everything well. See, this girl could tie the napkin even more than me. Like, I was like, wow. I actually asked her one day that how come she's so perfect in doing these things. She said, anyway, she's the first child and her mom has a younger sibling, so she's been helping her mom. So I was like, yeah, it's understood, right? Then this girl, I don't want this video to be too long, so I'll just be cutting the story short. So this girl actually had a baby. She had a 2-year-old child in the village with her mom. So she disguised in everything from the beginning. Like, they told my sister-in-law that she was 12 years old, but this girl was already 17 years old. Then when she came, I was selling ice cream with cold water because I had a big fridge. So just to keep her busy, so I was just doing all those things. I was actually really checking more on the yogurt because I had to buy all that stuff. But that water I was not really checking because she was the one going to fetch the water and filling the bottle. So I was not really, just to keep her busy. But one thing I noticed with this girl was that she could speak French perfectly well. I was like, how come she's coming from the village and she could speak French so well? So I asked her too, how come you speak French so well? That was then she told me that she's been a house help in Boya, she's been a house help in Yaoundé. She narrated me the experiences she's been through as a house help. I was kind of just scared, you know, because I was like, this girl has been to so many places, but I was still very okay because she was doing her job so well. So the plan was that this girl would stay with me for 1 year, so I was just saving her money. Then at the end of the year, I would maybe put her to learn a trade or something. That was the plan my sister-in-law arranged with her mom, so everything was fine. But at some point, since she was selling yogurt and just talking with so many people, I think she came across one man. That man was about 4 blocks away from my house. That man was the man from their village. I did not even know she knew this man, but so when each time I go to school, this man will be passing by and they will stand and talk in their dialect, talk. I even noticed this when one day I came home and she was nowhere to be found with my baby. I asked everybody, where is Stephanie? Nobody knew where she was. Then my landlady came from behind and said, maybe she will be in that man's house. I said, which man? My landlady, that was when my landlady told me that this girl has been having some long discussions with this man in their dialect. I was like, So I called one of my neighbor's daughter to go check if she's there in the man's house. So she was there with my son. So when she came, I was asking her, where are you coming from? And she said, from my uncle's house. I said, uncle, do you have an uncle here? That was when she was explaining to me, yeah, he's the man from their village, like he just passed one day and stopped by and greeted her in the dialect, blah 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 blah. And I was like, please don't take my child to somebody's house I've never been. Like, I was really mad because I was really worried, you know. I didn't know where my baby was. Then was just about 5 6 months. I said, no, you don't have to taking the baby to people's houses, especially houses that I've never been there. I had a sister from my village who was 2 blocks from me. If she was even there, that would have been okay for me, you know, not to a stranger's house. Like, I talked to her so hard, and you know what that girl told me? She picked me like this and said, am I in prison? She has the right to feel free. She has the right to visit whoever she wants to visit. Oh, that was when it all started with her. These girls just started being stubborn. She would not, I'll come home some days, the baby will be so dirty. She will not even change, you know, when the kid eats something messy, she will not even change him. She would not even like do the ironing as she used to do. And I was like, what is happening, Stephanie? What is happening? This girl was just say, I am sick. She started saying that she's sick, she's not feeling well, she's having heartburn, she will not eat beans, she will not eat plantain, she will not eat this. She was just saying she will not be eating this, that, like just stressing me up. I was kind of just so worried. What is happening? So this girl, one day, as she was always at home, she's been like looking for ways to leave my house, right? So she's like been contacting some people. So one day I came back from school. I was just in front of the house like fixing jama. This girl was just sitting there, like there was a plan already. So this my neighbor had a phone. She was making this call box. So I was just there because she was just acting all through. I was just like, I'm somebody who can be doing things, and even right up to my eyes, I was just kind of just be ignoring. I was just like sitting there and doing my jama. So I heard that my neighbor with the call box said, Stephanie, viens prendre, in French, yeah. So she came and took the phone and she was talking like, said, yeah, this person is Ella Earth. She's at Earth. So they were kind of directing somebody to come to my house. Guess who was that? A lady. Sorry, guys. A lady came and dropped the bike in front of my house. I could see this lady was already bubbling. I was like, who is this? She came to my house and said, she has come to take Stephanie. I said, who are you? She said she's Stephanie's auntie. I said, I don't know any. I don't know if you have any. Stephanie has any auntie in Douala. From the arrangement, because we actually asked if she had any relatives in Douala. Even when Stephanie came to my house, we asked her if she has anybody, she knows anybody in Douala, and she said no. That was why she said my uncle. I was like, which uncle? Do you have any uncle here? So this lady came and said she was her auntie, that she's coming to take Stephanie. I said, why are you coming to take her? Yeah, she said this girl has to go to school. She has to learn a trade. She cannot be staying here, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, I called my uncle, my husband. He was at work. I called my village sister nearby to come and let's just talk, you know. So she came over, we talked, and I told the lady that we cannot give this child to you because we don't know you. From the arrangement, the mother of this child said she doesn't have any auntie in Douala. So that woman, she left. So that evening when my husband came home, we were like, this is becoming something else. My God, my nose is itchy. Sorry, guys. So we called her mom and explained everything to her, and her mom was so mad. That was then she told us that why is Stephanie behaving like this when she left her with the baby. Since then since she came, she has not even sent us her any money or anything. But that was when we asked her, how are you expecting her to send money to you? The arrangement was that we have to save her money and she starts work after 1 year, right? So this lady was kind of lost about everything, and she was so mad with her daughter, and she said she send her back to the village. And that was the plan, because we called her in the night. So the following morning my husband was going to work, and she said Stephanie should get ready when he comes back in the evening. he would take her to the agency and send her back to the village. That same morning, I was in the room bathing the baby, and she has already packed her bag. I thought she was just getting ready to, waiting for my husband to come back in the evening. I didn't know this girl has a different plan. So while I was in the room bathing, I could just hear the neighbor's kid say, "Stephanie, bye, Stephanie, bye." Oh my goodness, my heart nearly fell, almost fell in my tummy. I was like, oh my God, why is this girl doing this? Where is she going to? So I jumped outside, saw she was already going right down there with the box. I stood there. I was like, I called my husband. My husband came. My husband came back home. Yeah, he just came back home right away. We did not even know where to start. Then my neighbor's kids, they went to fetch water, and they said they saw Stephanie in one man's house just about 5 kilometers away. Oh, when they told us, we said okay. So in the evening, we went to that man's house, and we said, I think when she noticed that they saw her there, she knew that they would come and tell us. So she left that house, because when we went there in the evening, she was not there. So we told that man that we heard that this girl was with you in the afternoon. So we want you to bring her back. If you don't bring her back, this will be something. As the man was saying, she was not here, she doesn't even know her, blah blah blah. So the following morning, my husband went to the police and brought him a convocation. That was so, with all the pressure on this man, they had to, maybe the Stephanie had to call the mom or make some arrangements, and they call us. So her mom, in the evening, when we gave that man a convocation, to go, he was supposed to go to the police the following day. So that same evening, Stephanie's mom called us that she's on her way coming back to Bamenda, that we should just forget about it, that everything is fine, that she's in safe hands. That was where we were just calm, we just let everything slide by. That was it for her. So I was just there. That was around just immediately after Christmas. So I had to stay off school for 2 weeks, just trying to see who I can get to look after my baby. So I came across this lady. It was a girl to a lady that was a big lady too, with one child. This lady was a Northeast. She was married in the north, and the husband died, so she came back. The parents were living in Douala, so she came back to the house. So she had one child. So I arranged with her to come and look after my baby. Yeah, so she was with me for almost 5 months too, from January, February, March, April, May. I remember even during my son's first birthday, I celebrated with this lady. She was very okay. She was taking care of my baby too, fine. So from that May, June, I was now on vacation. So I told her that since I'm home and just one child, I don't think I need any help anymore. So I just told her that I don't mind if she can look for something just for this short 3 months. Then September again, she can come and start working back with me. Oh my God, this lady was very fine with that. Everything was fine. I was passing by their door, we were chatting, everything was fine. You know what? In September, school was to start on Monday. This lady came. I passed when I was going to the market on Sunday. I spoke with her, and I was just reminding her, oh, you try and come at this time, because I have to be in school at this time. She was saying, yeah. She said, yeah, everything is fine. Okay. Sunday evening, this girl, the road she always used to come to my house, she came, but in a different road. Like, she came through where the sister from my village was living. So, and one little girl told me that she saw that lady in my sister's house. So she passed in my sister's house. I don't know, maybe she was thinking how she would come and tell me that she will not be able to work with me again. She passed there, and she talked with her before coming to my house. So that evening she came to my house and told me that she got a job in the market that she'll be selling in her brother-in-law's shop, something like that. Yeah, I was so disappointed. I said, why is she telling me at this time? Why didn't she tell me the whole of 3 months? Why didn't she tell me that she'll not be able to work with me, so that I should look for somebody else? That my head started pumping like that. I was to start school the following morning. Oh my goodness. I got up in the morning. I prepared my little boys. Anyways, my sister is just by this just 2 blocks from me, and it's a sister who, when I got married, when I never had a baby already. She had this her little cute girl. I was just like the mother of that child. Everybody, that child was always with me. So I said, anyway, I'll just go drop my son with my sister, and then I'll go to school. Maybe explain the situation to my proprietor to see how maybe I'll take a week off to put things in order before I start school. I went to give my son to my sister, and she said no, that she will not be able to look after my child. She was just frowning like no. She said point blank, no, she cannot look after my baby. Whew, I was heartbroken. I came back to my house. I was crying, like I break down seriously. I was like, what? Even my own sister, somebody who have been looking after her child for like almost every day. This lady was dropping her child in my house every day when she's going to the market. She said no, she will not look after my child. I was like, oh my goodness. Anyways, long story short, my landlady stepped in that morning and took my baby. Then my son was 1 year plus. I went to school. That day, yeah, I came back. I was coming home that day I already talked to my proprietor that I will not be in school for 1 week. Just I have to figure out things. So I came home that evening. Since they understand my situation, there was one lady who had a grinding machine across the road. I think one woman came to grind spices in her there, and she was just explaining the situation to her, and that I'm looking for help. So this woman said she can do the job. It was a mother, a mom of with 7 kids. She was a big woman. So when I came home, they told me, and they called her. She came, we arranged everything. This woman, I thought this one was a mother. This one would be the best, but she turned out to be even the worst. The plan was that this lady would come every morning and take the baby, then I'll go to school. But there was no day that this woman came on time. She would always come when I'm already gone. And then my son was about 1 year plus, so he was walking. So in the morning, I would just put her to just stand, like just with my neighbors, just waiting for her, and I'll go. And the reason, later I noticed that this man was coming late intentionally. So this woman was bringing her food into my house and cooking in my house. I noticed that one day I came home and I noticed that she fried corn and granite. Like, I thought maybe it was something, she was just hungry or something, and she just fried that corn to eat, and that was okay for me. One day again I came, and this woman, the whole house was smelling fish. I said, who fried fish? Did you prepare fish? Yeah, she said she came and fried her fish. I said, why? How come you are preparing your food in my house? This one was like trying to pick me up. I was just say, okay, that was it. I was just okay with that. And then the worst came with her was when I came back from school one day. My baby was sleeping in the room, and this woman was nowhere to be found. Oh my goodness. I asked everybody, where is she? Nobody knew where she was. I waited in the house for over 45 minutes. This woman did not come back home. I was like, wow, because my baby was sleeping so well. He could sleep for 3-4 hours. So this man was like using that as an advantage for her. She would come and prepare her things in my house and take the things back to her own house again. And I was like, that day, that was the end of it. So I waited this woman in the house about 45 minutes when I came out from school, and she did not come back. I told my landlady to just be listening to my people. I had to go back to the market to buy a few things. So the market was just about 15 minutes walk from my house. I went to the market. I stood there. I waited for this arrow lady to cut me arrow. Those from Nigeria, to wait somebody to cut okazi. That's how they call it in Nigeria. This lady they cut the arrow, I bought other things in the market. I went back to the house. This woman was still not back. I was like, yeah, I just told myself, this is it. I am done with this woman. Enough is enough. Like, that's how she was. She's been doing every day. She was just unfortunate that I caught her that day. So when she was coming, she was already ready. That she knew that that would be it for her job. So when she just appeared there, her face was really dark and she was all ready to pick me up. And when she came, I was just like calm, like. And she came and said, sorry, I went to my house to do this. I said, yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I think this is the end of your job. You cannot leave my house, my baby in the house for more than 4 hours alone. This is not safe. What if there was fire or something? You know, I said that I cannot be risking my child's life like that for somebody I'm paying. And this man was that kind of, I thought as a mom, she would even be helping me. Sometimes I'll buy like jama, I come and sit in front of that woman. I'll be fixing it and she could not even help me. I was like, no, that was it for her. So when I told her that was it and I'm not going to pay her for that 1 week, she got mad and she insulted me. I look at myself, I was like, is this woman insulting me? Like, the word she was using, I was like, is it even me? Like, seriously. She was all ready. So I said, okay, whatever, you can pour all the bitterness on me. That's just the end of it. So that was it for her. And then the fifth babysitter, this was the one that actually gave me some small peace of mind, even though she had her own wahala at the end. But I think she was the one who I really deal with so well. And the reason for I was okay with this one was because following what I've been through with the other babysitters, I try to understand that the environment was a contributing factor to whatever thing was happening to all the babysitters. Because just try to picture a neighborhood where all the women in that neighborhood are stay-at-home moms. All they do is in the morning they go to the market, buy food, come and prepare and sit out there. You know, in Douala it's hot. They just sit. Somebody's going up, they talk. This one is going down, they talk. That was just how they were saying. When my baby is sleeping, those babysitters, they'll be out there, they'll be talking with them, they'll be asking questions, they'll be asking how much are they paying her, how much are like just asking so many questions. That was the main cause of that the problem I had with that little girl Stephanie, because the neighbors, they were like contributing, like asking her questions. Is she even paying you? She's not paying you, because the plan was we were saving her money. So they were just like putting words in her mind. So when this girl came, this last babysitter came, I just explained everything to her. You should know that this quarter is a very bad quarter, like, and she really understood me. Because when she came, they were like trying to be talking to her too. So each time I'll come back home, she would explain to me that this person was asking her this, you know. So this girl was very okay. She was just telling them off. This girl was a young girl who just came, was living with a boyfriend. Then she was looking after my baby. So yeah, I had some very good time with her, even though at some point she got pregnant too. And then yeah, she was still working with me, you know. Then my son was already big too, around 2 years then. And yeah, so she was not doing much with him, and I was the one preparing. Even this was only house help that even helped me with cooking. All the other ones, I was the one preparing my food. Like, I'll go to school, come back, and I'll still enter the kitchen. But this other girl was really helping me. She would prepare me cookie. She was a Bakosi girl. She was really nice. And when she was pregnant, the only crisis I had with her was that the boyfriend she was living with impregnated another girl, and she was also pregnant. So there was a lot of crisis, challenges, no money. Like, she was oh my goodness, I just struggled with her that one day I came back from school and they called me that she was sick, she was having shortage of blood, they have to rush her to the hospital. I remember buying grenadine, neighbors like telling me what to do. I bought grenadine, buy other things just to concussions for blood. I helped her. And one day again, about one night, about 2 a.m., she came. I heard on my door, con, 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 con. Like, it was this girl, she was coming. Oh, mommy, my tummy. I was like, what is happening? I was shaking like this girl, I don't know, maybe she has some complication with her tummy. You know, women, when you are pregnant, sometimes you just have some stomach. I don't know what she ate that day. She was just crying at 2 a.m. I was shaking like this. I had to call one of my neighbor was a nurse, so she came and just examined her and just asked her to drink water. You know, it was her first baby too, right? So maybe she was worried that something will happen, or maybe she has not eaten, and you know, so I don't know what was happening in her tummy. She was really crying. But when this nurse asked her to drink water, when she drank the water, she started calming down, and that was it. And yeah, so at some point I had to stop school because our documents were already ready. So I had to stop her because I was at home then. So she was still just coming with me. She still worked with me for some 3 weeks when I was at home. And she was pregnant, so it was just like kind of keeping me company. And sometimes she would be with Mike and I would go to the market to buy things. And this was the only babysitter that actually gave me some peace of mind. And that was it for my story with my babysitter. So if you have watched this video up to this level, I really appreciate you for watching, and thank you guys for always supporting me. So see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.